Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone.
Salam, doktor.
Actually, I'm still MC medical leave for these 3 days. Okay, but I don't want to delay your syllabus because we only have another 2 weeks more, which is on your test two and also on your final presentations. So that's why for lecture I think 1 hour sessions is enough. Okay, I think you also um uh, you also don't want to be delayed, right? Okay. We haven't received yet the test two, still in moderations process. And actually we plan to do in week 13. Okay, but haven't decided the exact times. Okay. I will inform after they have been decided. Actually, they want to do simultaneously like test one before, right? So that's why we will having difficult times on trying to synchronize uh, the schedule from all students. Alright, so as usual, we will in the last topic of our course, which is software evolutions and maintenance. Okay. Actually, after we done constructions, the implementation developed. Okay, we need to maintain it. But some saying that the words maintenance is not enough. We should use the word evolutions, and some still need the word maintenance. That's why they put together like evolutions and maintenance. Okay, it have a different meaning actually, evolutions and maintenance. So we will go through the topic in this last syllabus. All right. So let me share the video presentations by your friends as usual, and then followed by the last quiz as well. Okay, and then summary from me. Okay. Uh, for your test result, okay, I promise to put in the new future within this week. I still have a few more, about 10 to 15 more to mark, and then I want to review back, looking back at your answer, that maybe I try to help you to increase, instead of I already very lenient lah to mark, actually to looking on the keyword only on and also the same meanings, but I want to review again lah. So I will inform in the group when I done upload in the ufuture, and in the ufuture I will only put your matrix name. Okay. And the marks is based on the group now. You are in what group, so it will not in the list of all students, of course all students, but in the group form. Right, so are you ready with our last topic before we continue our test 2, which is consists of this final topic for the test 2, right? The verifications and validations, and also the software maintenance. Right. Okay. Thank you also, because I'm sorry that I'm taking your lunch time. I believe that after this you still have a time to go for lunch. Yeah. I also don't take my lunch yet, because after taking my lunch I need to take medicine lah, because the doctor actually asked me to rest from give a lecture. Okay, but I don't want to delay lah, as what I mentioned, right? Okay, so I try to limit my lecture. Okay.
individual or group performance.
Okay, let's proceed to the first topic, which is software changes from the external pressure. Software changes is inevitable when the error must be repaired and fixed for it to work properly. New requirement will also merge when the software is used. The software also need to change when there's new computer and equipment are added to the system so that the computer and the equipment can work properly with the software. Next one is software maintenance. As times go on, the software will be in a few stages, which are software development, software evolution, software servicing, and software retirement. Now, I will explain what is software maintenance. It is when modifying a program after it has been put into use and changes are implemented by modifying existing components and adding new components to the system. Also, Somerville claims that maintenance implies management of the software system by a separate organization. Okay, next is type of maintenance. Software maintenance need to be performed in order to repair software faults by changing a system to correct deficiencies in the way it meets its requirement. Next, maintenance is also needed to adapt software to a different operating environment where this can be achieved by changing the system so that it operates in a different environment from the initial implementation. Also, maintenance must to be performed to add or modify the system functionality by modifying the system to satisfy new requirements, whereby there are three types of maintenance suggested by Lenz and Swanson, which are corrective, adaptive, and perfective maintenance. Corrective maintenance of a software may be essential to correct software defects or to enhance the performance of the system.
Another two types of maintenances are adaptive maintenance and perfective maintenance. Adaptive maintenance include modifications and updations to adapt the software to a changing environment. And perfective maintenance is where a software product needs maintenance to add or to modify the system's functionality according to the customer's demands. Next is software defects. The IEEE standard 610.12 defines the following terms related to defects, which are failure, fault, and error. Failure is the inability of a system or component to perform its required functions within specified performance requirements. For example, in a bank application, if the amount transfer module is not working for the end users when the end users try to transfer the money, such as the submit button is not working. Hence, this is a failure. Faults may occur in software because it has not added the code for fault tolerance, making an application act out. A fault may happen in a program because of an incorrect step, process, or inappropriate data definition. Error is a human action that produces an incorrect result. For example, when a developer made a coding error, as the developer misunderstood the requirement, or the requirement was not defined correctly, then the developer will use the term error.
So let's go to the next part. Refactoring. Refactoring, known as preventative maintenance that reduces the problem of future change. Refactoring is the process of making improvement to a program to slow down degradation through change. Refactoring also involves in modifying a program to improve their structure, reduce their complexity, and make it easier to understand. When we refactor a program, we should not add functionality or features, but we rather concentrate on program improvement. For the next part, we have refactoring and re-engineering. For the re-engineering part, a system needs to be maintained for some time, and maintenance costs are expensive. But the pros is we use automated tools to process or re-engineering a legacy system to create a new system that much more maintainable. For the refactoring part, Refactoring is a continuous process of improvement throughout the development and evolution process. It is intended to avoid the structure and code degradation that increase the cost and difficulty of maintaining a system. For the next one is maintenance cost factor. There are 4 factors that include maintenance cost, which is team stability. Maintenance costs are reduced if the staff that develop software are involved within maintenance. For the second one is staff skill. Maintenance staff are often inexperienced and have limited domain knowledge. For the third one, program age and structure. As programs age, their structure is degraded and they become harder to understand and change. For the last one is contractual responsibility. The developer of a system may have no contractual responsibility for maintenance, so there is no incentive to design for future change.
The main difference between maintenance and development is that during the development process, you are likely building a completely new system. During maintenance, you are changing the existing system. There have been several studies of software maintenance which have looked at the relationship between maintenance and development. Surveys broadly agree that software maintenance takes up a higher proportion of IT budgets than new development, which is roughly 2/3 maintenance and 1/3 development. For embedded real-time systems, maintenance costs were up to 4 times more than development cost. It is usually cost-effective to invest effort in designing and implementing a system to reduce the cost of future changes. Adding new functionality after delivery is expensive because you have to spend time learning the system and analyzing the impact of the proposed changes. Therefore, work done during development to make the software easier to understand and change is likely to reduce evolution cost. So, to recap it is actually sometimes easier to sew a new dress rather than to repair an old one. In an organizational structure based on teams, the structure breaks down department barriers and decentralizes decision-making to the level of the team. Team structures usually require employees to be generalists as well as specialists. Based on this structure, it has 3 stages where the flow goes to the customer process first. Then it goes through front-end support, which has 2 support lines that are help desk and product support. Then finally it goes through support line 3, where it consists of the development, evolution, and maintenance part. Next, for the change request process, are the requests for system changes from users, customers, or management. Ideally, the change implementation stage of this process should modify the system specification, design, and implementation to reflect the changes to the system. And sometimes, it can relate to system problems that have to be tackled urgently. During the evolution process, the requirements are analyzed in detail and implications of the changes emerge that were not apparent in the earlier change analysis process. This means that the proposed changes may be modified and further customer discussions may be required before they are implemented.
Now, let's move on to the next slide for emergency change. Emergency change consists of 4 stages that developers have to focus on. When there are change requests, developers will analyze and modify the source code. Then, they will deliver the modified system. However, urgent changes may have to be implemented without going through all these stages. First, if a serious system fault has to be repaired, if changes to the system's environment, as example given, and operating system upgrade have unexpected effects. If there are business changes that require a very rapid response, as example, the release of a competing product. And lastly, if there are any new laws that must be immediately followed. For problems in managing maintenance, it is divided into 2 parts. Problem
tends to happen when there is changing priorities. A chaotic nature of maintenance requires the length of maintenance task causing new requests to come along before an ongoing task is done. Second, inadequate testing methods. When there is lack of time set aside for testing of comprehensive test data or rigorous testing requirements as a standard for signing off. Next, performance measurement difficulties. It is how do you measure individual or group performance. Another two problems in managing maintenance is when system documentation is incomplete or non-existent. A training takes a long time for learning an application, so programmers get stuck on one piece of software. Last but not least, and adapting to the rapidly changing business environment is when hardware and software also become obsolete. I guess that is all for our group presentation. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Okay, let me share the link for level of understanding first. Check in the chat box. Okay, 29 votes. Everyone votes for maybe half, okay, which is below than half lah understanding, but at least you still have some idea what is the meaning by software evolutions and maintenance, right? Okay, so I shared the link for quiz first. Okay, we start quiz at 1:50 and we stop 5 minutes 1:55. Okay, 34 done. Let me check how many we have today. 48. So we supposedly get 47 response. We want 2 devices. Okay, so everyone use 1 device. Okay, still have another 1 more minutes. Okay, while waiting others to complete the quiz. Okay, what I can say that your test 1 and test 2 is quite important because it's carry of 25%, which is in total 50% and half from your evaluation, which is quite heavy lah. If your project 50, so half from it, maybe we can pass based on the group project. Try to make a predictions lah. 50%, let's say 50%. You can have maybe around half from it, 30 lah, 30. Let's say 30 to 35. You need another 10 to 20 also to get marks from your test, right? So, like I said that majority is fail, kan? Majority is fail. So looking at the answer also, I was very shocked because I already give tips, but I found that wow, many answer is created by, I don't know where you learn from it. Okay, so we have another chance, which is our test 2. Okay, because currently the highest mark is only 58. 58 is your highest from all the groups. Maybe after I review back, at least we can get a few person to have a 60 macam tu lah. But to get A tu macam susah lah untuk bantu. I try to look again. Okay. Jauh sangat jawapan tu. Saya pun tak tahu mana you create jawapan tu. Okay. So to remind you later on for test 2, I think it will be open book again. Okay. Try to bring not only your lecture note, because that's the reason we give you open book, so that the question is not directly answer. Directly you can get from it. It will need you some analysis from it, but actually the answer is there. That's why I give the tips. Okay, but if you couldn't understand the words used in the questions, maybe it's quite different, kan? It's not direct. So maybe you need extra resources from the internet sources. So that's why I was very concerned with your topic presentation. Okay, to get more detail of understanding on the internet, if some of the word might confuse of you, kan? But not all doing the extra resources. Okay, there is a few. I think that 2 or 3 group only, or 1 or 2, something like that, had putting additional information from the others resources. Okay, already 1:57. Let me stop the. Can I stop the quiz? Because now I only receive 43, but looking at the participant, we have 47 now. Ada yang ada masalah internet lagi? Tengah driving ke, tengah bawa motor lagi ke, tengah mencari line ke, ada lagi ke? Can I stop the response now? Or should I wait 2 more minutes? What do you think? Or anyone have not done yet the quiz, you may say that please wait, so I will wait another 2 more minutes. Okay, let me count. If no objection, then I just close and then we discuss the answer. 3, 2, 2.5, 2.5 lah. Okay, 1.5. Okay, 1, 0.5, 10. No one. Okay, if no one, I don't know lah where is another 5 more. 4 more, 47. Yeah. So I stop the response here. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, based on 43 response that we have here, oh, good. Majority, which is 32, get full marks. Okay, and 9 people get 1 marks, and 2%, 0 marks. Okay, so let's look at the answer. Okay, question 1. What are legacy system? I think if you focus on your friend presentation, they did mention lah, because this is one of the content in the syllabus. All version, yes, all version. Okay. Question number 2, software evolution does not comprise negotiate. Tak ada negotiate kan? Develop activity, yes, they do. Maintenance, of course, kan? Re-engineering, yes, of course. That's why it's a part of evolutions. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now let's proceed with the topic summary. Hopefully those half below and half understanding can increase your understanding level, okay, after I explain the topics. Okay, software evolutions and maintenance. So after we done development, actually this is the last process. After we done and then we gone through the testing first, right? After the testing, then we deliver the products and we have another evolution and maintenance. So normally in a company, okay, maintenance is not a part of the negotiation lah in the contract. Okay, we will open another contract for purposely for maintenance. Okay, that's why maintenance is quite big. That's why they try to change not only for maintenance, it can a part of evolutions. Okay, because we know that our current technology is very fast and we have a different platform, different technology, different environment. Okay, so that's we call evolutions lah. So in my previous experience as well, okay, we will not put the software maintenance in the development agreement. Okay, we will create another contract for maintenance. How long it takes? Okay, it's depend on the recommend by the developer, and also if we have a extra budget, okay, normally we will do yearly base. Okay, like I said, that it's in consists of evolutions. After the system developed, sometimes and when we go live, there is still have a debug. That's why we need to have a maintenance and a little bit change on the priority on the features a little bit like not so heavy. That's why we need maintenance. So normally we will proceed with the maintenance 1 year. And after that, if we have a budget or it's a needed, we will continue the maintenance here. Okay, another years. Okay, so this more on evolutions lah. Okay, because sometimes we move to the new technology, the new platform. That's why the need. But that's based on the company budget lah. So actually I try to explain this topic into 3 parts. Okay, the first part is the introductions. Okay, to give you introduction, you have 3 items here. First, to tell you the research lifetime of the software. Okay, This one is done in 1996. Actually, I did also research on software lifetime. Okay, my research found that for first one below than 100, this based on two category, lifetime based on the size and lifetime based on the area, application area. Okay, so on the size, okay, below than 100 size, the capacity of the member the user use kan, normally they put here average 6.8. Okay, and the minimum, the latest, not the latest, the fast that the system need changes, which is 2 years. After 2 years mesti need to change kan. So but my research found that more average on this one is 5 years, and this one is more on 10 years. These two is quite similar, and only 5 and 10 years lah. Because our research is recommend that every software or every system need to be reviewed 5 years. After 5 years, you need to review again. So talking about the area, if you look at these two, okay, sales, support, and manufacturing, this is quite heavy data. You might have a different type of image, and it's quite heavily real times updated sales every day. They have sales updating, right? Same goes to manufacturing every day. How many product goes out, and then what goes in, goes out, something like that lah. So the inventory is quite heavy. Other than that, personal accounting is not much on changing. Okay, that's why these two is quite heavy lah. Okay, that's why if you can see that the average change of these two is 8 years. But I believe that based on our technology now, that we have a big data, 8 years is not enough. 5 years is much more relevant. If you can see, these sources is quite outdated, 1996. Okay. Alright, then second part of introduction, you need to know why the software change. Okay, so normally is from the external pressure. Okay, it's because of the error you need to repair, bug. Okay, new requirement. Okay, emerge when the software is used. Okay? When the system is being used, so that the management or maybe the organizations realize that they needs to have some changes on the features or some of the content, so new requirements lah. Change of the new computer and equipment. Okay, we know, talking about the iPhone also, now iPhone berapa dah? Saya pun dah tak follow trending ni, dah iPhone berapa, Samsung berapa kan, so very fast. Even computer also sekarang dah apa saya nak kata, processor apa yang current laptop. Sometimes I also couldn't not having a times to following the trends. Okay, saya guna Mac ni pun, Mac saya ni dah 2014. So macam nak kena beli baru je kan. Macam saya kata, normally 5 years is the most relevant times. Maybe you need to change, you need to upgrade it. Okay, but my laptop is just upgraded lah, change the hardware, because Mac ni dia come normally is not have a big capacity hard disk kan. Dulu starting is only 100, 200, okay, now it goes to 500. But I use compatible hard disk. Okay, saya tak silap Samsung punya lah, 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte pun almost penuh dah. Almost penuh. Okay, of course I did use the cloud database, but that one is for backup. That's one for backup. Kadang-kadang pun tak boleh nak percaya, dulu kita simpan on using the CD, using the hard drive. Saya pernah simpan hard drive, saya punya banyak hard drive. At the end tak boleh baca. Rosak dah. So susah macam tu kan. So that's why I need to have at least backup, 2 backup lah. My computer itself and also the cloud. Okay. And because of the performance and reliability of the system that need to improve, okay, sometimes if more users use, more macam university kan, you get more and more enrollment. Okay, so the performance, the reliability need to improve. Okay, and the third part on the introduction is because the upgrade syndrome kan. Upgrade syndrome ni maksudnya yang dia memang the software is designed to updating. Window. That's why I don't like to use window actually. Bila kita nak guna, jam tu lah updating. And the updating is taking much time, right? So I don't have time. That's why I'm using a Mac. I did not shut down my laptop. Okay, I did not shut down my laptop because frankly speaking with you all lah, I'm using my laptop almost 24/7. That's why I didn't shut down it. Imagine kan. Dulu saya pernah kerja di Sepang International Circuit. Our desktop, we did not shut down it because it worked 24/7. Okay. Of course, when you did not shut down, it will have quite heavy maintenance lah. That's why sometimes bila urgent tiba-tiba jam tu lah tak hang lah apa kan. It might hang. Okay. So you need to restart also. But Mac restart cepat kan. Kalau window tu time nak restart, time tu lah dia nak upgrade. Okay, the upgrade syndrome ni lah. Okay, tapi kalau Mac, they will ask you, there is a new update features, new update OS. Then they give you option when you want to do a update or upgrade your OS. Bila dah upgrade OS pula, okay, ada yang tak compatible pula. Itu pun ada another issues lah. That's the situation why this part software maintenance and evaluation is needed lah. Okay, the second part is about the maintenance, okay, which is the real topic lah, the real topic. Maintenance, okay. Maintenance involves modifying a program after it has been put into use. Dah deliver dah, tapi perlukan modifying. Because of what? Nanti kita akan tengok why. Because of why, kita tengok lepas ni. So, change are implemented by modifying existing component and adding new component to the system. Okay, so dekat ni ada ayat merah. Claim by Somerville, okay, that maintenance implies the management of a software system by a separate organization. Somerville claimed that maintenance implies the management of a software system by a separate organization. Is this statement correct? So it can true, it can false. It's depend on the organization actually. Okay, like I said that's why IT department is sometimes very busy kan, very busy. Okay, belum lagi yang jaga server kan, software lagi kan. That's why kalau dekat UMS actually recently we do a visit Jabatan Teknologi Maklumat punya UMS kan, and they divide that staff very focus task lah. Server je. Talking on the software, group lain lagi. Talking on dia punya maintenance pun ada dua. Virtual dengan physical. Dia break. I'm not sure that is that the good structure one. Okay, because itu nanti kita akan tengok problem-problem yang happen when we do that structured or unstructured system. Okay, jenis-jenis maintenance, type of maintenance. Okay, we know why we need maintenance. This is 3 reasons. One is because we need to repair the faulty bugs, okay, or to correct deficiencies. Sometimes we couldn't get the bugs or the error when we develop, okay, because it's not on the real situation. I mean, of course, the testing is include the real situations, but you know, when they start doing it, we have a different type of users, kan? That's why the user behavior ni important, because sometimes we thought the human is behave same, actually different. Okay, like I said that macam makan nasi lemak je lah kan. Ada orang tu dia ada different preference kan. Dia mungkin suka tengok dia cara makan nasi lemak, dia cakap cara makan nasi lemak. Okay, because the use of the software kan. One person maybe like to eat on the apa ni, yang pisang dia tu kan, pisang, alas pisang dia. One person maybe tak suka. They think that, oh, I think it's not so So not proper kan. So dia pindah pergi ke pinggan dulu baru dia boleh makan kan. Another person is dia suka dengan daripada daun pisang tu, orang yang suka daun pisang dia mungkin suka bau dia kan, ataupun rasa tradisional dia. Okay, but some people takut kotor, tak cuci kan. Sebab ada setengah pembeli ni, okay, I can say lah kan, some of them are very busy and bila dah popular dia lupa dia punya kebersihan kan. Dia tak cuci pun. Dia fikir air hujan yang turun hari-hari tu dah cuci lah tu. Dia terus saja dia guna. Okay. But some, yes, they looking into the good ni lah, good process. Basuh dulu, jemur dulu, baru gunakan. So, which type of you? Kalau saya tanya you all, you suka makan macam mana? Makan daun pisang ke? Cari yang polystyrene ke? Ataupun pindah ke pinggan juga? Pindah pinggan pun belum lagi. Pindah mangkuk pun ada orang suka makan dekat mangkuk kan? See? Every human have a different perspective and also different behavior. Okay? That's why the faulty baru nampak. Okay? Barulah the faulty show off lah. Akan tunjukkan diri dia. And some of the maintenance because of different operating environment. Mula-mula kita decide nak menggunakan SQL. But now, SQL itself database is not enough. We talk about big data kan. So no SQL is the other options. Dalam no SQL tu adalah centralized database, adalah cloud database semua kan. So no SQL ni dia kata not only SQL, it can have more because SQL ni dia ada limit cara baca data dia, kalau data tu missing. So looking into one platform is not enough. Okay? So we change to another operating system, another platform. Macam ni dia cerita pasal different environment talking on the computer on OS. Mungkin mula-mula dia guna komputer Oracle kan. Mahal Oracle. Mahal. I think UM is the only university are using Oracle, but they also looking into the change lah. Tak sanggup nak bayar Oracle ni kan. Dia punya cost a bit high lah. So they're looking into the other option lah. Some guna OS. Kalau company kecil, dia mungkin boleh guna yang OS. Semua dalam database dia menggunakan OS Mac. Semua dengan Apple. Kalau kaya lah kan. Ada yang macam tu lah. So different environment which is based on the demand and also performance. And the third one, because you want to add or modify the system function kan. Sometimes kita kata, mula-mula kita fikir, macam tu kata user behavior. Kita think of the users is using that way. But actually it's not. Mulalah dapat komen, dapat complain kan. Because the satisfaction of different users, different stakeholders. Okay, so you need to fulfill lah kan. So because of these three, okay, we categorize it as based on Lienz and Swanson. We can call that the first one is corrective maintenance. The first type is corrective maintenance, which is correct the defect lah. Okay, and the second is adaptive maintenance, which is to changing of the environment. And the last part is perfective. Perfective, to make your system more perfect kan. So you might need to add or modify the system function. Okay. Alright, if looking into the maintenance effort distribution here, look, the highest is on the perfection just now, right? Adding and modifications, okay? And second goes to the bug, faulty, and last on the environmental, okay? Change of the platform, and so on. Okay. Next, next, software defect. Okay, this is for me. This one, software defect is okay. We can see just now in software maintenance we talk about faulty, right? Faulty is also defect lah, defect. Faulty because of the failure, fault, error. Failure ni because of inability of the system or component to perform. That's why fail to use the function. fault ni incorrect step process. This is on navigations kan, navigations incorrect kan, because we have a different users. The users might directly access the system with a different type of behavior. Okay, it's make your system fault. Okay, and last one error lah. Error is because of human action kan. Ini tentang error orang lah, orang. Okay, you get error message and then sometimes the error message did not appear, so you don't know that what's going on. Okay, this is based on IEEE standard lah. Okay, that's why I cannot talk much. I will talk. Okay, existing system constraint. Okay, even though the system is already there, kan? This is a few constraint that you will face on lah. So orang kata dia IT ni dah lah belajar susah kan, nak kerja dia pun susah sebenarnya kan. So it's depend on you lah. If you think positively, it will create new challenge, new experience, which is good lah. Okay, kadang-kadang kita kerja tanpa, kita buat sesuatu tanpa challenge pun tak menarik lah kan. Orang kata if you want to success, you need to go out from your comfort zone. Kalau you berada dalam comfort zone you tak improve. You akan di situ saja. So human kan, dia nak duit lebih kan, nak enjoy kan, you need to improve yourself. So out of comfort zone. So take a challenge lah kan. So IT ni bagus lah, they give you a challenge. So from a junior you become a senior, and then you become a manager, and then you become the head kan. So that's the different challenge that you face on lah. Ada kawan saya, dia dah jadi CEO dah. Dia kata dah CEO dah, gaji dia banyak dah berapa puluh ribu kan. Tapi dia kata dia boring. Semua problem yang datang they can solve, and dia dah train dia punya staff macam mana nak buat. So dia kata dah tak challenge dah. Staff saya pun saya boleh buat, dia kata kan. So dia tukar pergi ke creating or developing a new program untuk universiti yang baru buka. Macam tu. So ada orang lah dia looking on the challenge. Like I said that if you want to improve yourself, to upgrade yourself, jangan duduk dekat comfort zone, keluar. So existing system software, okay, normally if the system release, there is a change request. Lepas tu looking on the impact analysis, and then release planning, change, and then go back. It's iteration process. It will goes back to all this constraint. So in here, okay, you can have this study the modifications, learn, suggest, evaluate, assess, and determine and test. So this is iteration process that you need to always looking on your existing system. Kalau you yang develop, okay. Kalau you are buying or outsource your system, you still need to look on this, because yes, it might need to change. Okay, and attending the defect error. The maintenance kan, also we talk about the fault, the faulty and defect, okay, error debug kan. So locating where is the debug, after you locate it, you need to verify and validate it, and then you do a debugging process lah. Okay, alright. Next is okay. Okay. Oh, I think that one is the defect just now is a third is a third part. Okay, third part. Okay. Actually, I put a summary here. The summary here is on the part 3 is talking about the evolution because of the defect just now, and also refactoring and re-engineering. So each part have at least 3 items, kan? And for refactoring is making improvement, reduce its complexity or make it easier, focus on the improvement. Okay, in refactoring, you are focusing on improve the system, the program, the software. Okay, but try to avoid to add more features. More features, you need to again go through the testing part. Okay, and you don't know yet because this is new, right? So try to focus on the system to make improvement. Maybe the system is quite complex, and you try to make it more easier. So refactoring is focusing on the improvement of the system software. We have another term here, re-engineering. Re-engineering take place normally after maintenance. Okay, after it's have a 1 year maintenance macam tu kan. So you may need to look into the re-engineering. So re-engineering is not so high cost based compare with the development. Contohlah kalau you develop a system, it's a new system lah. When you want to develop, it's a new system. Cost dia 100,000 contohlah kan, I put the high volume one. So if you want to do a re-engineering is re-engineered balik the system using the available or automatic tool. It can have a less cost than that because the system is already there, you just try to re-engineer balik je. Macam tu maksudnya. Tadi kalau refactoring dia continuous improvement. It can be in the maintenance part or it can be after the maintenance. Keep improve. Macam tu. Okay. So refactoring is focusing on the improvement kan. So why we try to avoid to added new features because refactoring is focusing more on the duplicate code, long method, okay, switch case statement, data clumping, speculative generality. So this is all the reason lah why we need to have the refactoring because we focus more on the system kan. Kadang kita tak sedar ada duplicate code kan, method tu yang long method that we might need to shorten kan dia kan. Switch statement rather than if then dia jadi if saja kan. Data tiba-tiba have a different types and banyak tiba-tiba kan. Speculative generality ni is this occur when developer input generality. Kadang-kadang kita fikir general setiap orang sama saja kan, but every users have different perspective and different behavior. So that's maybe you need to put another category kan. Macam tu. So talking about the cost of maintenance, okay, dia ni patah balik ni. Sepatutnya ini disusun pada part yang maintenance part 2 tadi kan. So talking about the maintenance cost, maintenance cost ni actually greater, mahal lagi daripada development. Sebab itulah saya put separate. Kalau you put together, you punya cost of the development looks very mahal lah, very high. Contohlah 3 juta macam tu kan. Ada saya pernah jumpa projek kan, dia buat 3 juta tapi at the end tak berjalan pun. Okay, let put an example lah. When we create a database biodiversity in Malaysia kan, Frame. I work with Frame before. Our cost is 700,000. 700,000. Okay, but before we come up with that cost, okay, we do a research lah. We do a research that same database, same output, okay, to make database visible to public, it cost 3 million. Itu daripada Sabah, Okay, but at the end it's fail. Okay, our project cost memang agak mahal sebab it's a big project. 700,000 for 3 years I think. Okay, I think someone is accidentally turned on the mic. Can you turn off first? Let me have another 10 more minutes. Okay. So why it have a double up or maybe 100? Not only double but 100 times because it's depend on the applications. Okay, but still the cost is higher than development. That's why we put different. Kalau saya put sekali because just now I mentioned about our development on the biodiversity tu 700,000 that's the first because memang tak pernah ada lagi database biodiversity, that's the first one. So it's quite high lah new development 700,000 plus the maintenance dia murah lah. Maintenance dia 150 kalau tak silap, 150 per year and it will goes, kita tahu berapa lama. Sebab tu it will greater than the development lah. You bayangkanlah you buat sistem tu contoh 3 tahun but you need to maintain sampai 5 tahun kan. Times lah lagi higher kan, contohlah macam tu. Because software may live for long time, software ages, maintenance. Lagi-lagi current technology is highly changing. Okay. And maintenance cost factor, banyak factor because of the highest ni tu yang dia boleh jadi range between the 2 times to 100 times. Team stability, team bertukar-tukar, staff bertukar-tukar kan. So those yang jaga sistem tu might not familiar with the system. So maybe it's include the maintenance ni, dia include lagi dengan latihan. Dia kena minta lagi, request lagi latihan untuk staff. Okay, staff skill samalah, lebih kurang stability and skills. Okay, program age and structure. Program age and structure. As a program age, the structure is degrade. The structure of the program and the ages lah dah bertahun-tahun dengan need maintenance, so it taking a long time. Contract responsibility. So you need to make sure the contract tu apa yang kalau you outsource kan, apa yang you punya software developer buat sampai the limit and yours punya responsible. Kadang-kadang you fail to look into detail of this contract and at the end you kena bayar banyak cost. Okay. During the development, okay, this is to differentiate between what is development and maintenance. Of course, develop is creating a new system and maintenance is to change what already exists. Dia macam saya pernah cerita pasal rumah kan. Kita beli rumah ke atau kita renovate murah? Kita renovate rumah yang mahal. Ada setengah orang kalau dia beli rumah tu dia tak buat apa-apa, okey lah. Cost dia itu je lah kan. Tapi ada orang dia mesti nak ada renovate. Even rumah saya pun ada buat renovation kan. Kalau renovate yang sikit-sikit tak apalah, macam tukar shilling kan, tukar tiles, that one okay. But kalau you buat heavy renovation, extend, lepas tu bilik tu you restructure balik, tukar, which is high cost, right? Baik you beli tanah, buat balik je yang you design sendiri. So that's the cheap, lebih cheaper lah daripada renovate. Kalau saya punya rumah tu kan, saya beli rumah saya tu rumah bujang, ada dekat Rawang. Rumah saya tu is only 160,000 tapi sekarang dia dah naik lah 400,000 dia punya value. That was 10 years ago. 160,000 saya beli, tapi saya punya renovation taklah heavy. Okay, saya tukarlah sikit. Saya pecah bilik master dengan second bilik tu saya besarkan. Okay, because saya nak buat bilik air yang ada bathtub kan. Bathtub lah, bolehlah kita berangan dalam tu kan. So it's taking me I think almost 50,000 juga untuk buat renovation macam tu. Dan macam rumah family saya pun saya yang buatkan kan. Saya yang buatkan, dapat ke W12 masa dulu kan. So itu roboh buat balik. Tapi bila you roboh buat balik, you have a cost untuk robohkan dia. Lepas tu you design balik. Tu dia ada cost dekat situ. So tu yang kata kalau you rasa you nak buat banyak renovation, better you beli tanah kosong and then you develop. Saya ada kawan lah, dia beli tanah and then dia develop a new house. Develop house lah daripada situ. Murah. Dia ambil pinjaman dalam 40,000, dia buat sebagai homestay. So 40,000 each, dia dapat 2 rumah 80,000 macam tu lah. Tapi you bayangkanlah itu 80,000 dapat 2 rumah. Rumah kampung mak saya ni kan, saya dah berhabis 80,000 untuk renovate bahagian depan sahaja. So itulah saya cakap, you need to do a research first before you want to design new or you want to do a renovation later on. So naming problem ni cerita pasal nama macam saya cakap tadi mula-mula tadi kan, I talk about the maintenance, the name of maintenance. Okay, so current situation maintenance only is not enough. So it's involved macam tadi kan, bukan je defect, re-engineering, refactoring. So the better word should be evolution. That's why some said that some of the organizations may need only maintenance. Kan, maintenance saja cukup. But some organization terlalu perform kan. So evolution is the better word lah. So we put together lah. We can have a software maintenance and evolution. So this is model of evolutions, change of the product. And after the product deliver also it can be detect or corrected bugs. Tak ada benda lah. Okay, ini pun program evolution dynamic is study to system change. Okay, in evaluation, talking about evolution kan, there is a law jugalah. Siapa yang turn on? Ada ke yang on mic? Okay, and then summary of Lemon tadi yang the list of law tu. The law predict that a software maintenance team cannot work faster than its optimal speed. The software itself will regulate the speed of successful progress. They posit that software exhibit behavior so closely analog to biological evolution that it should be regarded as living. Dia cakap Lemon ni pun actually, that's why saya put Lemon ni dalam kategori of evolution. Okay. Applicability, large. Okay, applicable for large company, large maintenance. Okay, and last part, this is last part of the evolution. Okay, we have the evolution process. It can be of the change of request, and then it's go through all this, and it's also have a emergency changing kan. Dia kan masuk lah because of the modern structure. Tadi saya kata change request, emergency change, and others problem that may raise on the maintenance that we can say that it's not only maintenance, it's more on evolution kan. So changing priority, inadequate testing method, performance measure, difficulty, system document not complete, adapting the environment. Adapting ni pada saya is more on evolution, macam tu lah. So maintenance predictions, here is what we predict for maintenance lah, what will happen. Macam tu lah lebih kurang. On the cost, on the change. Okay. Okay, change prediction have a few factors that influence the change of our prediction also. Because the prediction, normally we talk about the cost and the system itself kan, and environment kan. Tapi the prediction may change because of a few factors macam ni lah. Okay, macam interface kan, dia cakap pasal interface ni. Sekarang orang bukan tengok on the back end, dia tengok juga front end, you punya UX tu. That's why kalau you try to search what is the highest pay, pay salary kan, UX UI is the most important lah, and I think it's number 3 ke, dalam top 10 lah, dia masih ada dalam top 5. And then legacy system is ni lah, tadi kan talking about the socio-technical kan, the old version, tapi dia tengok juga on the socio-technical which include hardware, software, library and other support software and business process. Okay, and legacy system, the management, ni talking about the management lah, which one is the important kan, based on the business value ke, based on the system quality. Okay, and to conclude, software development and evolution is a single iterative process. Maksud dia ni, dia sentiasa iterate. Kan, sentiasa iterate. Okay. Single maksud dia sekali lah. Dia sekali, tapi dia involve lah, maksudnya dia involve. And Lemon Law describe a number of insight into system evolution. See, I can say that memang Lemon Law ni is under evolution lah. 3 types of maintenance that we can see is fixing the bugs, modifying software, and implement new requirement. This we talk about the 3 types of maintenance just now lah, the corrective, the adaptive, and the perfection. That's all. Okay, boleh faham? So again, I make a summary. I put into 3 parts. First, introductions, talking about the lifetime. Okay, the lifetime, the software change, and the upgrade syndrome. And the second part is on the maintenance. In the maintenance, you will have types of maintenance, cost and factor of maintenance. Okay, relevant lah. The cost is depend on the factors, and the third one is problem raised to maintain. Okay, and the third part is on the evolution. On the evolution is talk about the software defect, refactoring, and re-engineering. That's all. That's why we have maintenance and evolutions lah. Hopefully you have a better understanding on this topic after my explanation. Is it okay? Boleh faham? Better tak? Better tak my explanation? So again lah, looking on the test tu kan, jangan terlalu pembaris lah kan. Tengok soalan yang sama aja. You cannot say that the question is direct to the point. What is the type of? Dia akan pusing-pusing kan? But because actually the one that create the question is they create the question based on dia punya experience, which is not fair lah sebenarnya kan, tapi that's our RP lah. That's the standard of UiTM, kena follow RP lah pula kan. That's itu rule dan standard yang kita kena follow. With that, I think that's all for today. Don't forget to sign in attendance. I see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.